I totally agree. And we have also seen like power dialers becoming very popular these days, right? So
Yeah.
because most of the meetings are getting set up through calls, so you want to just double down on that.
Yeah.
Cool. I think we touched on these things, all different type of signals. So again, if anyone has any question, we can pick this back up, but I'll just move on. Yeah, so this is something that you were talking about, right? Right now, Jason, how can we actually leverage signals based on public data, especially for public companies, you can look at ton of data. But the challenge is like, how do you really figure out which data is actually suited for my product, right?
Yeah.
Uh, I believe these are the places where, AI can help really well. Yeah, let's talk about this, right? What we have seen is AI was supposed to be the solution, but first AI became the problem, right? AI actually just um did bad signals at scale, right? For example, now everyone is reaching out when someone raises a Series A or a funding round, right? So you just kind of become blind to such emails, right? Everyone is maybe just personalizing one line that, hey, I saw on your website that you do this, right? Like that is not personalization anymore. So what we have seen is AI first made the market really bad for everybody, because now no one is opening the emails. Every email looks like kind of same. But then there is this opportunity as well, right? Like that now AI can actually do much better stuff. So would you like to touch on that and talk a little bit about bad and good signals?
Yeah. I mean, AI has completely ruined cold email for sure. Like it's made the inbox like, yeah, it's made it crazy. Yeah, I mean, I think it's less about good versus bad and more like how you use the signal. So
Mhm.
I think like for example, like the signal is really more so something that points your effort in the right direction. So just because you see a company that's hiring, let's say that you sell cybersecurity and see a company that's hiring security people, just because you see that doesn't mean that that's the thing that you call out in the email. It might
Yeah.
be like a PS in email, but it's not really like the thing that you're going to call out in the email necessarily. It's just going to help you focus on the right places. The things that are a little more obvious that are related to your solution in that case would be like, they opened up a new factory or manufacturing plant. Like that might be the first line of that email. Like awards are not necessarily a bad signal if I'm selling if it's like a workplace award and I'm trying to get a meeting with a chief people officer, an HR person, that might be a good
Correct.
thing to share. So I think it kind of depends on what you're selling, but the trigger in and of itself is not always the thing that you would actually mention when you're reaching out to someone.
Mm.
No different than funding announcements. That's not a bad trigger. That's a good reason to reach out to focus your time on a prospect, but that's not a good thing to call out in the email.
Yeah, that's a very good point, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. What signal you look for to prioritize accounts versus what signal you actually use to write the emails or do your calling.
exactly. Yep.
That's a good point.